minutes of November 5th, 2024, regular meeting. We'll take action on that.
I move to approve the November 2024 meeting minutes.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
Fritz.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes. Our bills, the general and stormwater funds, November 6th through December 3rd to be paid. We'll take action on that.
I move to approve the bills to be paid from the general and stormwater accounts as submitted with the signing of the checks following this meeting.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
Fritz. Mike.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes. This time we're entertaining any public comments. Limited to 3 minutes per person. Any public comments? Hearing none. Comments on MS4? Any comments on our MS4? Hearing none. Move on to number 8, under administration. The treasurer's report. You guys all got a copy of our treasurer's report in your email. Paperwork there. And under B, approve the Campbell Durant as the police pension solicitor. We'll take action on that.
I move to approve Campbell Durant as a police pension solicitor.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve.
Yes.
Doug.
Yes.
Fritz.
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
Mark.
Yes. Item C, resolution number 21 through 24, to adopt the 2025 budget. We'll take action on that.
I move to adopt resolution number 21-24, adopting the 2025 budget.
I have a couple questions, a couple things I'd like to discuss with that.
I'll second it first so we can go into discussion.
Okay, questions? Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah. With the budget, I didn't see anything in there for the roof. We kind of talked about that it's going to be needing some work on the next couple of years. And also for for QRS to kind of expand our service to the residents there. So I'd like to see some measures be taken to, because we know these things are coming down the pike. We can start taking some steps and possibly get ahead of it and plan for these sort of things. Also for the MS4, there's $250,000 that's being transferred from the MS4 fund. The MS4 was sort of billed as that it was a requirement that we had to implement to put in BMPs that were mandated from the state, and as part of the permitting process. And this work isn't part of the permitting process, and you don't get any credit for it. And that's not what the MS4 program was implemented for.
Well, I think those, Sean, you're not just at MS4, I think it's more municipal water control, only permitting process.
I mean, is that from, you're talking about the stormwater fee?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, that would be used for any maintenance to your stormwater facilities. It's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be for the creation of new BMPs. I mean, you use that funding for anything related to stormwater maintenance.
So what was told to the public is that they had to do this program. It was mandated by the state, and they had to pay this fee because we had to build these systems that were required by the state, and that's why they had to pay the fee. So they're paying the fee to build those projects, but this money isn't being used towards those projects which count towards that state permit. So that's my main point, is that it's being used for what it was, it's being used for what it was not said it was going to be used for. I'm still a
disagree
little.
with that. I think it was always said that it was for municipal water control. Although, we're careful about that, it's being used for municipal water control. Because the funds were never there to, I shouldn't say never, everything got delayed before. Now the funds are there that we can help the residents through this MS4 money, putting in control of water from drainage, from the municipal roads, and maintaining, try not to buy equipment with it, even though you're allowed to. So, we're trying to use it as far as we can, and we were always asking that question to, in all fairness, we're always asking that question, can this be used as far as the permit, and we're always told no. It has to be a separate thing. Or for some reason, I don't know, but that's what some of these projects we're doing, you would think would stack up and we'd get some kind of credit for it. We never get that credit. So,
Yeah, you don't get credit for it if it wasn't a part of the approved.
It will be assigned new projects next year, right? 2025?
Right, there's a new permit cycle
Right.
coming up.
So that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's going to happen, but there's also going to be $250,000 that's not available towards those new projects because it's being spent somewhere else.
Well, number one, you're allowed to do it. And number two.
I mean, it's either cost you're taking out of your stormwater fund or your general fund. I mean, it's cost incurred to the township no matter what. So
Right.
you're allowed to use the stormwater fund for stormwater issues.
Can I say something? Everybody pays the stormwater fee, and not everybody's in that area. But we're doing these projects in every area of the township, so everybody's getting a little bit of it. I feel like what we're doing helps everybody, so I think we're doing projects all over, and not every part of the township's in the MS4 area. So I feel like we're giving a little bit to everybody. I mean, we're helping everybody in the whole township with that money. I think it's doing a great thing.
And everybody could be driving on those roads that are repaired, so everybody's getting an effect out of it. Even though not directly, they don't have water freezing in the winter like around the old fire hall that comes over the hill. So there is a derived, and it's not direct, but it's indirect.
Put it this way, we have more flexibility than we ever had. There's some funds available to fix problems as they come up that normally wouldn't be in the budget, so.
Chairman, just to let the public know, the funds that are being moved from the stormwater general budget for stormwater repair on Arlington Road and Glenary Road to repair the stormwater bomb on those roads.
Those are a couple of the roads that we flagged as.
That's what you guys
eminently
flagged, that needed serious help.
Serious help, right. And then what we're doing there, Steve, is trying to get ahead of the paving schedule, so we're not gonna do a bunch of paving next year. So we're gonna try to prep these roads, fix the stormwater issues, so that you're not tearing up new pavement and as problems come. And we wanna make these, kind of the standard as we go.
I don't disagree with the work that's being done. I just think that like I said, the MS4 program was said it was one thing and something else is being done. That was my point.
Okay. What was the first one, first question?
It was with QRS and the roof.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do I understand that the roof was repaired?
The roof was repaired. We applied for a LSA grant to have the roof replaced, but we won't find out that until November of 2025.
Takes a year to see if we get it. We also have another grant for a major update to the municipal building. We're hoping to get, that's a $2 million one.
Yeah.
So if we get a grant for that, there's no sense putting a new roof on something that you're gonna
Agreed.
fix. So we're trying to get it through the best of our ability. And the way I understand it, the leak was fixed. So it's not leaking anymore.
Yeah, that was my understanding as well.
Yeah, and the roof looks like it'll survive another
Couple years.
Couple years, so, but you're right, we need a plan for it. So
Right.
Our plan is, we're gonna try to get a grant for it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, I don't know
plan
what
A.
else we'll do. Plan A, yeah. So, and also save this year as opposed to a heavy paving schedule that we had last year. So we can put the money back in our reserve. So that when things come up, we can act on it. So, any other questions?
Well, the QRS is the same kind of thing, is that's something that is on the forefront. That's, we need to start taking some steps to get that going. It's a big cost up front, so if you can start putting away, 50,000 or a couple bucks, a year, we can allocate towards that, and start making some steps in that direction, rather than just kind of put it off.
I think that's what we were doing last month when we started trying to make a plan to fix the sewage system here. If you're gonna talk about this building, 2 years ago, we put money in to try to start getting new windows here. The windows are shot. We spent that on some other things because we ran short of money here and there. So if you're talking about this building, it needs a new roof, it needs a new boiler, it needs new windows. This building is old and is not, it's just simply starting to deteriorate, so we gotta know that.
Even the layout, we have to walk clear through the building to get to the offices, there should be a counter as you come in. The whole layout of the building is outdated and needs revised. So, bigger meeting room, police need training room, there's a whole bunch of things, we've got a laundry list. We don't need to go in through tonight, but
As you're sitting here, the rumbling downstairs is the boiler.
that's the boiler.
You guys has been here all day trying to repair that. Parts won't be until Friday.
Okay. So, with that, we're doing the best we can do, that's all we can say, everything needs money. So we have a motion and a second on the table, roll call.
Steve?
No.
Doug?
No.
Fritz?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes. Motion passes 3-2. Resolution 22-24, setting the 2025 tax millage. We'll take action on that.
I move to adopt resolution number 2224, setting the 2025 tax millage.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Can I ask what it's gonna be changed to?
It's actually going to remain the same, 1.65.
Okay, thank you.
With no tax increase.
No tax
Okay.
increase. I guess that should have been brought up under a previous resolution. There was no tax increase this year,
Okay.
as opposed to some of the things you see on the news. In Beaver and in Allegheny County, the major increases, and we're trying to avoid that.
Yeah.
Which you hear we have struggles to get through. Everything's costing more. We have the same struggles, so
Yeah.
we're very fortunate that we can move forward carefully and try to save, be conservative next year, see how things come.
Okay.
I guess with that, roll call.
Steve?
Yes.
Doug?
Yes.
Fritz?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes. Item number E, approve the township tax repository settlement number 24 Lexington Drive for $397.35. We'll take action.
I move to approve the township tax repository settlement for 24 Lexington Drive for $397.35.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Well, it's not public comment. It's the board.
Oh,
Good.
okay, sorry.
Ron, go ahead and explain it.
So what that is, somebody's purchasing the property at 24 Lexington Drive. There's a mobile home on that property. There's past taxes of $397. So the philosophy of the board is, let's get this back on the tax roll, so they're exonerate the past taxes that which caused it to get onto sheriff's sale. So they're gonna purchase it from the county. We're gonna exonerate past taxes. They're gonna get it back on the tax roll, so they're paying taxes in the future.
Yeah, I know that. I was just wondering, I can't comment on that at all.
Okay,
Okay, I'm the owner of the mobile home park.
okay.
And when it went up for sale, I had a woman called me and told me that she wanted it auctioned.
Yep.
And I was the one that contacted Mr. Hunter to
Okay.
tell him that the home was sold, very upset that, someone was gonna try to come into the community that wasn't approved by us because, we try to keep things safe. So I start looking into the repository and there are a lot of mobile homes in the township. A couple of them in mine, I was very shocked. Like Mr. Hunter bought this home in 2015, hasn't paid one dime of taxes. So I was a little, you know, not that I want to drive him and his family out, but I was a little upset that, you know, they can go on and they could, you know, settle for something like this. But I'll tell you what, if I win a home in an eviction where, you know, we don't take people to eviction until they owe us $2,000-3,000, I'll win, never see the money, but in order to take that home, I have to pay all the back taxes. If someone walks away from a mobile home, I can't take title. I have to file through the magistrate for an abandonment. I have to pay every single dime. But we have people in these mobile home communities in the area, they're not paying.
Play the game.
Yeah, they're not paying. And then they're petitioning. And I'm not sure if Mr. Hunter knew it was in the suppository, but he was thanking me saying he didn't know his house was sold. You know, so he didn't even know. You know, this woman just called the office and told me that she won it in the auction. You know, so I don't know. It's a little upsetting. I mean, I understand you guys are, you know, you're trying to help him out, you know, letting him, you know, just pay $357 and stay. But he literally has not paid a dime in taxes since he moved in there. And I have a guy that I think you can go back all the way from 2008 maybe on on the list and see hasn't paid. And I'm wondering if he hasn't paid even till then. He's an older gentleman. Something happens to him. The family doesn't want to take it over. I will owe all of that in order to sell his home, tear it down. You know, I can't do anything without paying back taxes. So I just kind of wanted to come and like voice my, you know, I mean, and plus the township is owed the money. You know,
That's why the previous board,
you're owed the
we
money.
wouldn't do this. We voted no to have, that those taxes be paid, then we would do it.
They should be
What this new
paying.
board's gonna do, I don't know, but the
Yeah, they
previous board wouldn't do this.
Yeah.
They would vote it no.
All right, well, those kind of comments should be held at the public comment. So this is our business.
Oh, I didn't know.
Well, it's not open.
I've never been here.
It's
But
not really open. But we appreciate your.
yeah,
your
just
insight
wanted
there.
to tell you
So
that.
you, as the owner, how will this impact you?
Well,
She's gonna gain, she's gonna get somebody in there to rent, live, buy the trailer now.
yeah,
It's
I
just sitting
mean,
there
She
empty.
still won't get the taxes, though, is what she's saying.
yeah, I mean,
You
the
had to
tax
pay.
money isn't owed to me. Like, if it went up for auction, you know, I would be concerned who is the person that got it. You know, they have to pass our credit and criminal. So it's not that I don't want to see Mr. Hunter stay. I'm just saying, this opened up a can of worms to me that I didn't know, that there were so many people living in mobile homes in the area that are not
the
paying.
tax, yeah. So, all right.
And that's money not going to the township.
All right, with that, we have to move on. We appreciate your comments.
Thank you for letting me comment.
Roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Mark.
No. Item number F, approve the Cohen and Associates to perform a Comcast audit and negotiation of a cable franchise fee. We'll take action on that, but I think in our discussions, I think we ought to table that action. And maybe have our further discussions with our own solicitor. Maybe Cohen's not the right one for it, and that audit is said to be about $18,000, and I don't know that we're gonna recoup that doing the audit, so. I think at best we ought to just table it, so. Any objection to table it?
Do we need a motion to table it?
No, we'll just table it. It's all right with everybody.
I'm in favor of tabling it.
Yeah, you can just take no action on this and
All
save
right,
it
we'll
for
just,
next
we'll
month.
just table it and move on.
We'll just roll over to the next agenda.
Okay. Item number G. Approve staff personnel time off for December 23rd for this month. We'll take action on
I move to approve staff personal time off from December 23rd to, do we need an ending date? No.
I'll second it.
that. Motion and a second. Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Mark.
Yes. Item number 8 is a workshop request for December 10th at 9:00 a.m. That's information only, so it's on our schedule, I believe, for the 10th at 9:00. Item number 9, public safety, police. Monthly report, you guys should have all got that to read. Anything else we should be aware of, chief?
No, I don't think so.
All quiet this month, I see, it's the school buses are, we got one amber light flashing ticket this year, or this month, so.
It's improvement.
Calming that down. Must be presence out there, so you're doing something good.
It's about time.
Yeah.
I have a question, Chief. Have you stopped anybody on the run? I know they're flying up there pretty fast.
There have been some traffic stops on a new section of Freedom Cracker, yes.
Okay. Item number B under police, approve the promotion of Daniel Schwab to lieutenant. We'll take action on that.
I move to approve the promotion of Daniel Schwab to lieutenant effective January 1st, 2025.
Second?
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Martin.
Yes. Item number C, approve the promotion of Timothy Sovich to sergeant. We'll take action.
I move to approve the promotion of Timothy Sewickley to sergeant effective January 1st, 2025.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Mike, Martin.
Yes. Item number D, police, purchase the front door for the police department. Take action on that.
I move to approve the purchase of the order from C&M Construction for the police station front door in the amount of $4,900.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second. Any questions or comments?
Chief, was that the original that we were given at the agenda meeting?
Yes.
Okay, so that was the final,
That's for the.
that's, because you were still waiting for one bid.
Yeah, the other one was, the bid was $55.50.
And you got the third one or no?
I did not get a third one.
Okay.
Those are the only two that I was able to get.
That one does include the glass in the door.
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions? Roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Martin.
Yes. Fire departments, monthly reports were submitted. Anybody here from, Jim?
It's,
Pine Run?
Pine Run submitted their monthly financial summary and calls for service. We had a total of 40 calls for service in November, 25 of which were QRS, so still in that half to two-thirds ratio of medical calls. On behalf of the fire district, some announcements. First and foremost, we're sad to report the passing of Jim Temporani. He was one of our life members at Pine Run, and I'd like to honor and recognize his 30-plus years of service to the township. He will be sorely missed. We had 4 trucks, I believe, in the Beaver Falls Christmas Parade last weekend, so thanks to all the members that supported that. Santa Claus is going to be coming around the township with the fire trucks on December 21st. We had some grant activity. We received a Microsoft grant. We received 300 personal email and license for both departments, and 10 premium licenses of all the Microsoft Office Business Professional software, so it's going to be a big help in the district. We also received a Norfolk Southern grant for $6,500. That was announced to us this week. And just last night, we had a joint training put on by Penn Energy on their well site overview and safety training, so we're grateful for that. Thank you. And I wanted to give you a merger update. And I thought it'd be worthwhile just to review how we got here. And I always carry this around with me. This is a report from 2019. And at the request of the board, we engaged with a state consultant that looked at the feasibility of merging township fire departments. And we had an open meeting almost 5 years ago to the day. And anyone that attended that meeting probably left with the conclusion that we're never gonna merge these fire departments. And the consultant also was of that opinion. He said at that time it would not be feasible to merge the fire departments. And he did give us some recommendations on where to start, which was to have a common set of bylaws. So then COVID kind of hit and put us on the back burner for a while. And then we formed a dedicated interdepartmental group to work on bylaws. And again, we had a series of open meetings and readings, and I know some of you attended those meetings, and if you left those meetings, you had a conclusion, we're never gonna have a set of common bylaws for these departments. And lo and behold, in 2023, we adopted standard bylaws for the departments. And about a year ago this time is when I think almost everyone on the board attended. We had nearly a unanimous vote to move ahead with a merger. And just before I came tonight, I had a conversation with the merger attorney. We announced last month that a show cause hearing was going to be scheduled. It was actually yesterday, and no one showed up. So we have cleared that hurdle, and we're waiting now on the court to issue an order to approve the merger. So all that remains is some paperwork, changes to our articles of incorporation for a name change, and great news and a long effort. So thanks to all involved and all the supervisors.
Thank you, Jim. I mean, you were a major part of that, sticking with that, and did a lot of work. I mean, you weren't the only one.
That's a big group.
Big group, but I mean, you were the driving force and one of the principals that had the patience to see it through. So, and the township appreciates it, and the residents appreciate it.
It'll be good for all of us. So.
Another one sitting in the back behind you there, he was a big part of it too.
He absolutely was.
Appreciate that. Okay, so I guess nobody from Big Knob? Don't see anybody. Thanks again, Jim. Thanks for all your efforts. Road Department, monthly report. What's going on?
Waiting for some snow.
You're waiting on snow this year.
I can't wait.
All plowed up and nowhere to go.
I'm telling you,
Well,
9 inches.
Well, we hope it stays that way. Put it that way. I like that road salt. Okay, engineering. Anything we should be aware of?
Yeah. Nothing to note as of right now.
Being quiet.
No, I mean, nothing really new to note this monthly memo. Unless you guys have anything?
I personally don't. I read your report. Is there anything you want to hit, Mr. Engineer? All good? Okay. Come off, look easy. Solicitor monthly report. Few things going on, but all in good shape.
Yeah, everything looks in good shape. Nothing new to add from when I submitted the report on Wednesday, so that's
Very
good.
Yes, very good. Thank you. Takes us to planning. Information on planning. Hi, Jenny.
Nothing new.
Nothing new in
Nothing
planning.
new. No. Things coming down the road, but nothing right now.
Good. All quiet and planning.
Yes,
That's
that's
good.
good.
Hey Jenny, they said on this engineering report that they're writing an ordinance for updating setbacks, landscaping, and livestock. What's that about?
We're not, I shouldn't say, well, we're not necessarily writing, we're looking into it. So, there was at our meeting last month, Alex Meter did a presentation on landscaping and had asked to look into that, you know, just some different aspects of landscaping, those sort of things. So he provided some information. The engineer was gonna look into it. Also, just maybe for us to have more guidelines to follow to alleviate any questions, that sort of thing. Livestock, there was a question, a resident was there and had a question about the number of animals on the size of acreage. So we're just looking into that as well, to maybe clarify that a little bit more. We have specifications like this many chickens or this
This many cows,
this many
horses.
cows,
Yep, yep.
you know, but what if you have all of them? That sort of thing. So just some, you know, are we good? Do we need to clarify a little more? The setbacks, I don't remember exactly without my notes, but most of it was just discussion. We were just having some discussion, with the, take it back, I do know the setbacks. The Jack Harding from the zoning came in, and just some issues that had come up recently at hearings that just maybe left a little bit, maybe the definitions that we have aren't as clear as they should be. So again, just asked us to take a look at it, maybe take some time to clarify it a little more, make sure that the various sections don't contradict the definitions, that sort of thing. So it's just clean up stuff, you know, as things change. You know, we have more different corner lots than we used to. Like I said, with the animals, you can have this many, but what if you have all 5 animals? You know, how does that play? So just stuff like that.
When you
Nothing
say
major.
something like that, it comes to mind. I know in the ordinance it says somewhere that if they're in 4-H, it matters.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that still applies anymore. Or maybe you can remind residents that if you're in 4-H, you can do a few things to promote our
Yeah.
4-H club over here too.
Yeah, so it's just sort of cleanup. It's gonna happen all the time. You sort of, you know, as situations change, lots change,
I appreciate
that sort of thing.
the
So it's
Jack
just, you know, we had, like I said, some residents that came and asked some questions, so give us an opportunity to look at it.
Very
That's
good.
basically all that is.
What about the planner? Are you guys still looking for a planner? Do you advertised or?
Nothing as of yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing to update on that at this time.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for looking. Takes us to the municipal authority. I see Larry sitting back there. Got an update for our water line.
Well, the water lines continue to progress, slower than we would like.
That's
A
cool.
larger drill has been brought in, and there's discussion about a second larger drill. Hopefully they'll get finished up the difficult sections along Low Line, and then they'll be able to work more rapidly coming up.
Okay.
Other than that, the grants we discussed, those being prepared will be submitted. We've also solicited over 400 letters of support from residents. I think you were aware of that activity. So hopefully we'll have a very good return on that. Other than that, pretty much just business as usual.
Two questions I have.
Yes.
All right. Maybe you can help. I saw that there's a need for water in Knobview Estates, and I
Yes.
attended your meeting.
Yes.
Is there any way to facilitate helping them out?
Well, we did reach out to, I think, the water provider that was able to introduce us. We now have contact information. Hopefully, we will be successful in contacting the owner. Hopefully, they find it in their own best interest to move forward with the
Extend the
water,
water.
public water. I think some of the actions that may be taken by the residents there may promote that. So believe that it's a-
Looking forward to knowing that need. Can you apply for a grant for that?
I do not believe we can obtain a grant. Well, actually, we have applied for a grant to get the water line past the project.
You have?
That's one of the grants. Yeah, that's for the Fiesel Road extension.
Okay, yes,
Running out
yes.
Low Line up. So that would be helpful. The line's not far away.
Is that in the mix for this year?
That will be same as yours. That'll be 24.
In October? Or
24.
thereabouts?
Right.
Okay, that's all I wondered, if you had done anything with that. And then,
I think about 5 of them. We had a very long and open discussion with them. And hopefully we provided them with some helpful advice.
good. Just a quick estimate for the grant that you did get, how far do you anticipate that grant extending that water line?
Couple
Just a
hundred
guess,
feet.
I won't hold you to it, just
100 feet.
100 feet?
Well, but we have 2027 to find more money,
Okay.
more free money, so.
All right.
We'll be continuing to do that. Actually, one of the grants we're applying for now is for phase 2 of the Big Knob Waterline extension, so we'll see how that goes.
Very good, keep after it, we appreciate your effort.
Will do.
Recreation. Over here from the rec board, I don't see anybody.
Dave had minor surgery 2 weeks.
Okay, no report. Brings us to A, to appoint we have 2 vacant positions. Let's see if we get an action on it first.
I think I might go into the action.
Okay.
I move to appoint Judith Frank, Alan Schaefer to the Recreation Board.
I'll second.
So, like I was trying to say, we have these 2 positions, but we need to determine who's getting appointed to the vacant position from Mike and the other vacant position, because that's going to depend on the terms for the individuals. And I think maybe the fairest way to do that would be by a lottery. So that's what I would propose.
Wanna amend the motion?
Yes.
I don't understand.
So Mike had a certain number of years left in his term, okay? And the other individual had a certain number of years left in their term. We have to assign these 2 to both of those positions. So to figure out who goes in what position is going to, they're going to have different terms.
Okay, I understand, I see what you're
Yeah.
You usually do that at your reorganization meeting at the beginning of the
So what I
year.
would do is I would make a motion to amend the previous motion to have a lottery to appoint the vacant positions of the rec board.
So the motion would be to move to appoint Judith Frank and Alan Schaefer to the Recreation Board, and the amendment would be that their terms would be determined by lottery. So then just add that phrase would be the amendment,
Determined by lottery.
Yeah.
Is that okay with everybody?
determined by lottery.
Lottery or flip of a coin? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any other questions or comments?
Yeah, you would make a.
Somebody's
So-
just second.
All right.
Well, I think there was a motion on the
There
table.
was a motion and a second. Let's start over again. Let's start with a new motion. Go ahead, Steve, why don't you make the motion?
Okay. I move to appoint by lottery Judith Frank and Alan Schaefer to the Recreation Board,
With term to be set by lottery.
with term to be set by lottery.
Okay. We need a second.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second.
So what does that mean?
They're gonna be appointed, then we're gonna have a lottery to determine which term they get, because there's 2 different terms. In other words, Mike had a term, because he quit.
I see what you mean. They would pick who gets 4, who gets 2.
Yes,
who gets-
yes, that's what.
Okay.
By lottery. By lottery. Okay, roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Doug,
Yes.
Fritz,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Martin.
Yes. Building code, SEO zoning, monthly reports. Just got a copy of your building code report. Information, and then that takes us to board comments. I just have one comment. We'll go back to Jenny Fessler. I understand you've been very studious with PSATs. You're gonna be awarded a big award. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been up to?
So, when I attended VStats this past May, that long ago already, they had mentioned, I saw, we saw everybody walking across the stage, getting certificates and, their little degrees or whatnot, and they said that anybody that applied during PSATs could get free registration to the PSATS University. So I went ahead and I applied, was able to apply my credits from the seminars from attending a PSATS, and since then I've been doing continuing education. So fingers crossed, I think I have one more to complete, and then if I'm able to attend this year, I will be able to walk across the stage and get my planning certification.
Fantastic. I guess it was a good idea we allowed you to go to the PSAT.
I guess so.
Yeah. I got our money's worth. Yeah. Fantastic. Great job.
Hopefully I won't trip.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Great job, Jim.
Thanks.
Yeah. Good.
I want to thank RJ and his men for doing Park Quarry Hill. I mean, you just didn't do, I mean, you look like, I don't understand the structure, but you really braced that hillside up. And a lot of people I know in my plan commented and didn't know what it was, but appreciated not rolling over the hill, or at least not having the ground. It won't be appreciated as much now, because everybody's gonna be using the other road, but I use it all the time, so thank you guys, I bet you did a stellar job.
Yeah, we're lucky, we got a lot of really talented guys and, did all that in-house, didn't have to, sub any out. So, thanks to the guys too, they do great work.
I guess it is official now. Freedom Credit Road is open, minus a few guardrails, but it's traversable.
And a landslide,
Yeah.
we're all good.
Well, yeah, keep the land all where it's supposed to be, we hope.
That's why they have all those Jersey barriers when you
Yeah,
first
big project and huge project.
on schedule, right?
Yeah, on schedule. It's open, put it that way. So, very good. All right, with that, we need a motion to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Adjourn.
Check.